Hey everybody, Little Mo Gaming here. Welcome back to another episode. Been a couple weeks since I uploaded. How's everyone doing? Hope you're having a great couple of weeks. It's been kind of hectic for me. A lot of stuff going on still since we moved, and then just a lot of other stuff going on the side. But we're getting through it. Starting to get back to a little bit of normal times. And I guess we really normal times is kind of we're not really in normal times anymore, are we? Ever since a certain pandemic, but we're not going to get into that right now. Yeah, no. So just wanted to get on for a quick episode here. I just got back from the barber. Had to clean up a little bit. Always nice, going to the barber and getting a fresh cut and just feeling fresh, feeling renewed. It's Sunday, so I don't know if I'll upload this today or tomorrow. So either way, it's a new week. So hope you have a great week. Let's have a great week and get through it and get on our grind and get on our hustles, whatever they may be. But also get some gaming going. So, with gaming, I've been kind of taking it slow right now, just focusing on a handful of games. I mentioned that I started Astro's Playroom a while ago. I just finished that a few days ago, and yeah, that was such a fun game, man. I never played Astrobot yet, and I do plan on playing it. Hopefully, I don't know when, sometime soon, maybe this year. But I figured I'd play Astro's Playroom first because it's free, it's available on PlayStation, and it's kind of the prelude to Astrobot. And man, just the way that game feels, the way it just, the way that Team Asobi got the gameplay and the sound and the controls and the DualSense controller to all feel so, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Cohesive. It's like I was telling Ahmed and Hadi, who, if you don't know, they host the Beard Bites podcast, which in my last post I linked our latest collab video together. We talked about a lot of stuff on there. And one of them was I was talking about Astro's Playroom, and I was telling them that one of the things that wowed me so much about this game is you feel parts of the controller like move and vibrate and give feedback that you didn't think was possible, and that's because I've played a lot of games on my PS5, and there's definitely a lot of games that take advantage of the DualSense controller pretty well. I mean, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is actually pretty good at what they do with the controller and the way that they simulate the loss of stamina when you're running, and also like the weight of your weapon and all that. Death Stranding 2 did it as well, where like if you're dragging something, you can feel like you're dragging it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just you have to feel it to understand. But the Astro games, right? Like Astro's Playroom, and I'm sure Astrobot takes it to a whole nother level. Just does a really good job at like really taking advantage of the controller. I think almost too much so, to a point where I noticed every time I'd boot up Astro's Playroom, the battery would drain out so much faster on the controller. And I think it's because it's utilizing every aspect of the controller, whether it be the little speaker, the haptics, the vibrations. But it's cool. It's cool. I mean, it really adds like a whole new layer to the gameplay experience. And I hope that we see more games, especially after the success of Astrobot and winning Game of the Year, whether it's from Team Asobi themselves or from other companies that kind of follow suit. Hopefully we see more use of the DualSense functions in this way, because I think it really just makes it a whole lot better. But I finished Astro's Playroom. It was very short, but very, very sweet. I highly recommend, if you haven't played it, to check it out. Also, I am chipping away at Expedition 33, and just what a great game, man. I feel like I mostly get my time into that game on the weekend. I don't really play a lot of it during the week, and I think it's because I just want to like be able to sit down and like really focus and hone in on it and engage in the gameplay and the story and exploration of the world. I don't really feel like it's the kind of game that I can just sit down and play for 10 minutes. Like I need a good long session, but I have a lot of other games I'm playing that I would consider session games that I can play during the week, for like 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes or so if I just have a little window. And of course, one of those is Arc Raiders. I haven't really played too much, but I am playing Arc Raiders here and there. Having a great time. I have yet to play with friends. I will try to do that soon. But yeah, Arc Raiders is cool. And of course, to play Arc Raiders, I had to resubscribe to PS Plus. Now, I know I made a video saying how I was done with PS Plus and I wasn't going to be resubscribing. I did not resubscribe to the PS Plus Premium. I just paid for 3 months of the lowest tier, which gives you access to online games, but it also gives you access to the PS Plus games that you own in your library. So I re-downloaded Modern Warfare Remastered because I downloaded that sometime late last year, and I started it, but I never really finished it, and I kind of want to, so I've been kind of playing that as well. But yeah, just a bunch of fun games, and catching up on a lot of movies that I missed out on last year, which has been fun. Actually, my wife and I are planning today. I just got back from the barbershop, but I'm like sitting in my car recording this because I just wanted to, do it while it's fresh in my head, but we have a 1:00 reservation right now to go watch Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, extended edition, in movie theaters in 2026. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I don't. If you don't know, they announced it. I think a couple months ago now that they were going to be bringing the trilogy in the extended edition format to movie theaters again for a short time to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the movies. And as soon as I saw that, I asked Maha if she would be down, and she said yeah. She loves going to the movies, and we try to go to the movies as much as we can because we both just love the experience of like going to the movies and making it like an event. Not like we watch movies on the weekend at home, but it's something about going to the theater, and getting popcorn and drink and like sitting down and seeing it on the big screen. It's a fun experience, and so we're both really excited to go watch Lord of the Rings in the movie theater, which is wild. I saw Return of the King when I was a kid. I remember my dad taking us to watch it in the evening at the AMC that was in Sugar Land, Texas. And I think that was the longest movie I had seen in theaters up to that point. I remember like being there in the theater and thinking, man, this is a long movie, but it's awesome. And that was not the extended edition. I think that was the normal edition, which is about 3 hours. The extended edition is like 4. So yeah, we're probably not going to get home till like maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock tonight, but it's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be worth it. I'm excited. They even have like these collectible popcorn buckets. I don't know if I'll get one, but if they're there and they're reasonably priced and they actually look pretty cool, I'll probably pick one up just for the sake of the memory. Just to kind of put it up on display or something. That'd be pretty sick. I mean, the way I see it, it's like, I think this is kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, I don't know when they're going to bring Lord of the Rings back to the theaters again. And I didn't even think they would. So the fact that they're doing it is pretty cool. So very hyped to do that. We'll be doing that here shortly. As far as any gaming news, I talked about some gaming news with Ahmed and Hadi on their latest episode of the Beard Bites podcast, which I'll link in the description below. I also put it in my last post. If you haven't checked it out yet, definitely check it out. We talk about a lot of interesting news items, but the main thing in that video is we did a fantasy critic draft where it's kind of like fantasy football, but for video games, which was really fun. Actually, I had a really good time, just like going through that experience with them, and it's pretty entertaining to listen to. So definitely check it out. Um, that's going well, and I'll give updates on that as we go throughout the year. But uh, one of the news topics we talked about was the Steam machine and leaked pricing at a Czech retailer online. Um, we talked about it in detail in that video, but I just wanted to kind of give my 2 cents a little bit more. So, if you don't know, basically this Czech retailer leaked pricing on a um, let me see, on the Steam machine, saying that it was going to be about $900 to close to like $1,100 or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty wild, especially considering that it's supposed to be weaker than a PS5. I think it's like supposed to be around the Xbox Series S to a Series X, based off of like further research I made, and $1,000 is insane. I mean, we talked about it in that podcast, and I mentioned how like for me the sweet spot would be like $500 to $600 or so. Yeah, I mean, I do think that the Steam machine, if it were priced at like, like a more affordable, like, let's say 450 to 600, right? It's definitely a more attractive price point, especially because, you can get like a decently priced, or a decently built like PC experience for that price point, where you can access your Steam library, emulation, all that kind of stuff, and I think that is really cool. So I think like 450 to 600 is a sweet spot price for me. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I just wanted to kind of talk about it a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I will give a movie recommendation. So one of the movies that we watched recently is from last year. It's called One Battle After Another, and it's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor, and Sean Penn. Really, really good movie. I saw the trailer for it once in the movie theater, and I didn't really think about it more than that. And then the movie came out, and I had heard a lot of good things. We watched it, and it's a good movie, man. It's really, really good. If you're not familiar with Paul Thomas Anderson and his work, he's done movies like There Will Be Blood, Boogie Nights, The Phantom Thread, and a lot more, of course. His movies tend to be a little bit longer, and they're very dialogue heavy and very like cinematic experiences, and they can be a little bit of a slow burn, but it's so good. And this one was definitely really good. There's a lot of fun sequences in it, and Leonardo DiCaprio, of course, kills his role, as well as Sean Penn and a lot of other people. So like I highly recommend watching it. There's this one scene in the movie that's really, really fun. It's kind of like one take. It's like a one take kind of like, intense, thrilling scene. I don't want to spoil or anything, but definitely recommend watching it. One Battle After Another. It's probably one of my favorite movies of last year that we saw recently. So that'll be my movie recommendation for today. Hope everybody has a great week. And as always, take care.